welcome back. Today we are making a new arrangement, and this one really costed me probably $8. It's a little unfair because I had some leftover goodies from my last arrangement, which is all of my greenery and a couple of these really beautiful white flowers. So I just pulled them out, I cleaned them up, and then I'm gonna put them back into this arrangement. So the new things I got today is I really saved in this kind of like dusty pink range. I got some carnations from my local Whole Foods for $5, and then they had these stem flowers. I ended up getting 2 bundles because I wasn't sure. This is from Trader Joe's. They're $3.99 each, so like not bad at all. And I just wasn't sure how many I was gonna use. We'll probably only use one in this arrangement, but I got 2 because sometimes they like to have arrangements elsewhere. So let's start off how we did last time by putting a grid over our vase just to help the flowers stay in place. That tape did not like me. And these grids, I just use Scotch tape when I do it. You can use really any tape that you want. I prefer a clear tape just so that it's hard to see it, but you probably have picked up by now that I like a little bit of like a droopy arrangement kind of look, so you oftentimes can't see the edges of my vase anyways. And you can trim these down, the edges too, if you need, if you're making a more rounded bouquet that doesn't come down as low as well. And this just really helps lock all of the flowers in place and helps them stay exactly where you put them and want them. So let's start with our greens, because that's always a great first place to start. And like I said, I'm gonna go a little bit from this droopy look, so I'm just gonna kind of start going around the edges and putting in just a couple pieces, letting it droop out. And I really like to keep my ends a little bit more like the droopy wilds kind of look, and then fill in around a little bit closer. So it has a similar dimension to it and flow to it, but also a bit of that wild and overgrown look as well. If you don't have any of this seeded eucalyptus, is what it's called, left over from an old arrangement, you can always get it at a local Trader Joe's or grocery store near you. And I think at Trader Joe's you can get like a bundle of it for $2.99. It's not bad at all. So now that we have the whole vase just surrounded, which like, how pretty is that? It reminds me of like grapes flowing out of a bowl. And now I'm just gonna take some eucalyptus, and we're just gonna stick this in to add just a little bit of depth to this. And this, I say a little bit more on the interior grid when I'm adding this in, because I didn't have any greens in there, and that's where I want my height to be built in from, is this interior greens area. And the best part is that you can just always keep playing. Like the more you do this, the easier it gets and the more fun it is. So this is really where we're going now with our greens. You can see that there's still some openness, some scarcity in there. But with our greens, it's a really great base, and I feel like we have a beautiful structure going on. So now I'm just gonna pull in and put in these white flowers to help add some dimension and a little bit of a fullness. And I love the buds that are on these. They just add a really nice texture. I always think that when you're getting kind of picking out, you know, your florals for an arrangement, I like to just think about different textures that I'm gonna have and how those are appealing to the eye, so that you have your softness, you have a little bit more structure, and it's all just things that you, I mean, they're flowers, but things you would naturally see in nature, and that is really appealing to the eyes. And I'm just kind of really just putting these in wherever I'm thinking that there's a little bit of emptiness, or I just want to like do a little bit of a build out over here maybe. I'm just filling in this space. Now I'm gonna go in with these stem flowers because they're a little bit taller and I wanna build my up, and then these can fill in where there's clear holes in the arrangement. I'm just gonna start by cutting off some stem. And I really don't wanna go too much higher than where we are currently in the bouquet. So this might just take a little bit of like testing it out and seeing where we're at. But I'm feeling that height-wise, this is kind of where I'm gonna wanna stay. And these are nice because they both have that dimension to them, but they also have some of that height to them, which is really pretty. You can see it's just starting to fill up and have a lot of, I like the textual components to it. And I just keep spinning it because this is one that I put on our coffee table, so it's really being viewed by every angle and looked at from above a lot as well. So I like to spin it around. Okay, I'm gonna go in and do some carnations now because I just kind of want to see where those guys are gonna land. And if you had wanted more flower color dimensions in there, you could have done your carnations in a white. You could have done them in maybe like a dark maroon could have been pretty if you wanted a little bit. We're just coming in on Valentines over here in our household, so I'm really sticking with those like light pinks and just kind of like delicate and relaxing colors is what I kind of think of them as. And I'm really just looking for holes now. I might even like stand up and take a peek at it this way. You can see there's a little bit of a hole right here. So I might just take a carnation, pop it in that hole. And now, I luckily have a couple more of these white flowers that were just lying around in my house. And you can see from looking at this, a little bit of a color and textual change up is really appealing to the eye, and I might just toss a couple more of those in. It's definitely wicked pink, but it's a really just nice kind of fun Valentine's Day soft romantic bouquet. And like I said, if you had bought all of these flowers, we still have some left over. We're definitely gonna make like a little bouquet to go in some other rooms in the house. But if you had bought in everything that was in here, you probably still would have spent under $15 on all of this. But if you had little things in your backyard, I know here in California, there's this tree that the leaves on it really remind me of the eucalyptus. So you could absolutely cut off of that, or if you have like a lemon tree, those blossoms are really, not blossoms, those leaves are really soft and nice. It could be added into an arrangement like this too. Or you could just get a bunch of eucalyptus, and that's normally like $2.99 as well, and just add it in. But you could absolutely create this for a dinner party, a girls, a Valentine's Day, or for someone you love in your life who you just want to give some beautiful flowers to. I hope you all love this, and I would love if you made it to take a picture and put it on Instagram and tag me, Dakota L. Wallace, in it so I can see what creations you've made. I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye!